everyone, Cassandra Coleman from America250PA, and we are back, and we are here in the sheep barn, and I actually am joined, as I mentioned, Governor Schweiker left us for the day, but I'm joined by America250PA's friend, MeeCee Baker, who is a former ag teacher and also owns Baker's Acres in Juniata County, so thanks for joining me, MeeCee.
You're welcome, Cassandra. Thanks for having me.
Of course, and we are joined by the Bowmans, and we are going to learn a little bit about sheep breeding today, and I know, MeeCee, you own a farm, so MeeCee's going to talk a little bit to the Bowmans about exactly what type of sheep and how this is such an important part of the agriculture industry here in the Commonwealth.
Absolutely. Thank you, Cassandra. Now, I just learned that the Bowmans have been raising sheep for 50 years. So Amazing. Can you tell me, what breed of sheep do you have?
Well, we have two breeds of sheep. We have Dorset sheep, which are bred more for their meat. And then we also have Corriedales, which are a dual-purpose sheep raised both for their wool and their meat, but we put a lot more emphasis on the wool.
Now, I understand that you're quite the fleece judge. Can you tell me a little bit what you look for when you're judging a fleece?
Well, some of the things we look for, first of all, is cleanliness, and we look for conformity throughout, that it's the consistency throughout, that you have the same kind of wool at the front of the sheep as you have at the back, because if you go to the store and you want to buy a bag of apples and there's 2 oranges in there, you may not be happy, so you want the same kind of wool. Also, another big item is the diameter of the fiber. Fine wool, which has real small diameter fiber, is used for clothing. Your medium wool is used more for sweaters and knitting and yarn, that kind of thing. And then the coarse wool is used for rugs because it's very tough.
Understand. Now, here at the farm show, we get to showcase all of our animals. We do not have any beef cattle here this year, but with the sheep, apart from farm show fun, what challenges have you had this year on the farm?
The price of wool has been terrible. It's the bottom dropped out of the wool market globally, and it is a global market, so we had trouble selling wool this year.
Now, on a more positive note, how many lambs do you lamb out typically in a year?
Well, we lamb about 40 ewes, brood ewes, and then we try to have twins, as many twins as possible, and we have about the last couple of years, we've had 150 lambing percentage, so that brings us up, to about 100, not that many, about 60, 70 lambs.
Great. Now, in this 50 years, can you tell me how you got started?
We had a farm. We wanted something to eat the vegetation that we didn't want around, and we couldn't afford other stuff, so we got sheep.
Sounds good.
Well, and to MeeCee's point, you've been raising sheep for 50 years, but you've been coming to the farm show for almost 40 years, right? So that's amazing. Talk to us about how important the farm show is, not only to you, but to Pennsylvania as a whole.
As former teachers, we think education is a high priority, and the farm show is a tremendous showcase for people that do not have contact with agriculture at all. A lot of city people coming through, or even rural people that come through that just have no contact or don't have a concept of where their food comes from, where their fiber comes from, and here they can see it firsthand. It's amazing how many of them with our sheep want to just come up and they just want to touch it. You know, they want that close contact.
Yeah. And we just met with a dairy farmer family who said they welcome questions because they too are encouraged by those asking questions and wanting to be educated on the agriculture industry here in the Commonwealth. So we just want to thank the Bowmans for joining us, as sheep breeding is such an important part, as I mentioned, of the agriculture industry here in the Commonwealth. And we are heading to our next stop where we are going to snuggle our way through that one. So we'll see you soon.
Thank you.